Hello everyone, I'm back with Phil. We're in Matlock, Bath, which for people around the world, if you got a map of England and basically stuck your finger as close to the centre as you possibly could, you'd be pretty close to Matlock, Bath. We're going to have a look at Cumberland Caverns, or should I say Royal Cumberland Caverns. Now we can't get in there because it's all shut off, so we're going to have to go in through something called Wapping Mine. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a walk down the hill to the very bottom where we're going to jump into this lead mine, and then we're going to clamber up through that lead mine till we eventually get to Royal Cumberland Caverns, which was actually a show cavern back in Victorian times. Okay, so Cumberland Caverns, not to be confused with Cumberland Caverns in Nashville, Tennessee. There we go. So that's all been filled in there. So you can't get in there, that's literally filled in with rock and a door. So we're going to clamber down the hill to the bottom and get into Wapping Mine. So if you've watched any of our other sort of lead mine explores or underground explores and stuff, they can be a bit spicy, but Phil tells me this one is going to be the spiciest of the lot, so that should be interesting.
Well, I'd say it's spicy so far, but obviously we're sensible citizens with all the gears, and I've had a good look and I've been in it, so yeah, I won't just go charging in unless you know what you're doing, that's for sure.
No, we've got the gear and Phil's got an idea about it. So we'll walk down now, get in the mine. These lead mines, because we've covered some of them before, they go back into the 16th, 17th century. This one dates back to the 1700s. Now they mined it in the 1700s for lead, same in the 1800s. Then they mined it a little bit later for fluorspar, if I'm saying that right, Phil, fluorspar.
Yeah, I think so.
But the top part, this huge cavern, which we're going to get into, that was opened in 1780 as a show cavern, basically for the rich industrialists to come and wow and gaze at the unbelievable
mineralogy, weren't it?
Mineralogy and the magnitude of this cavern. Then that closed, probably about the 1950s, 1960s, I think, and then it was a load of troglodytes, which is a word you hear and you think, what does that mean? But it's basically cave dwellers, wasn't it, that all lived in there?
I don't think they lived in there. I think it was more the case, I've read that it were biker gangs who used to come and just hang out here, obviously spending nights in here, but they weren't like dwelling full time.
Got you.
But they called themselves the troglodytes, and if you're looking later on we get in, you'll see the symbols, it's like a T with an S through it, troglodytes. They're like, you know, these kind of groups, Hells Angels, have their own emblems.
Of course they do.
So you'll see some on the walls when we get
cracking. Wow.
Like, yeah.
Okay, because I'd seen that troglodytes were in there, and I just assumed it was just like, you know, like the Greeks, like going back to ancient Greece and stuff, these people lived in caves, but no, it's just a biker gang. So down in the valley there, you've got the River Derwent, which was, wow, massively significant in terms of industrial history. In the next village, you've got Cromford, which is where you had Arkwright's mill, and the mill at the bottom of the hill there, actually, which is kind of on the cusp of Cromford and the cusp of Matlock. And that was one of the originals, which, you know, shaped Britain, basically, without the Industrial Revolution and harnessing the power of the Derwent so that they could mass produce. You know, Britain of old wouldn't have been anything like it was. This slippery path we're walking on is called the Wapping Path, and it's called that because of Wapping Mine. Wapping Mine, as I said earlier, is connected to those show caverns, but underground. Now there are some buildings around here that date back to the time of the mine, because what they used to do is they used to keep the explosives in buildings outside of the mine, obviously, because they'd use explosives to, you know, blow their way through the mine, but they ain't going to store them in the mine because, well, health and safety. So you're saying this is a worker's hut, Phil?
Well, I think I saw it. It's an ice house. I don't get the terminology for ice house.
Yeah, what that means.
What is it? I mean, it's obviously not a place where they keep ice. You know, but you see them in forests, and I've seen a few on videos, so it's definitely connected to the mine.
Yeah, an ice house. Yeah, no idea. It's an amazing little archway there. And then if we go up, the explosives...
Well, I think these are the old explosives.
Should be at the top there.
Like a burrow.
So literally blinking you'd miss that. It's covered in ivy. It is camouflaged, isn't it? So this was where they stored the explosives. Oh mate, that's just a swimming pool now.
Well, you know, let's get it torching. See if there's any fish swimming. Might be some new species that's never been discovered.
This is a later edition then, with the red brick.
So yeah, it does because of the way it is. It's reinforced. I think it would be a old-fashioned.
Yeah, explosive storage. Yeah. There you go. Right, let's go down and find this mine entrance. Yep. Obviously, without being patronising and teach you to suck eggs or whatever, Phil knows what he's doing when it comes to these mines. We've got all the kit, all the hard hats and torches and survival stuff and water and food and all that sort of stuff, just in case we get stuck or whatever. So if you are going to come to some of these places, obviously bring a Phil with you. So we're coming up to the entrance of Wapping mine now. Now this apparently is the base of a crane arm for where they were pulling out the lead and obviously later on the fluorspar. So let's go and have a look at this mine entrance then and see how crazy this is. Wow.
So as you can see, you were filled thinking that, oh, there's the entrance.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's the entrance. It's none of them.
It's none of them?
It's none of them.
So they're test like...
One of them was mine, that one. One of these goes quite a long way, but you can actually turn right once you're going that way and pop out there.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
There's also another one up here, like a slit in the... you're about to see it as you get closer. That one's also gone in, a big crack there. Look, see that fissure there?
Oh yeah, gotcha, yeah.
There as well.
Because there's slip mines and rake mines, weren't there, that they were doing? They were
yep.
in lines basically.
Well, I don't know about that one, but apparently that does go in.
Okay.
I don't know how far and how easy it is, but and I've had a quick recce in that one before, and it's just dead end sort of thing,
Got you.
So we need to be going up here.
Right. Oh yeah, and there's that building at the top there. That was the first one we were in, not the explosives, but the ice hut, whatever that means. So anyone that knows, please comment. I'd love to know what that means.
So you still can't see the entrance. You've actually got to go in there,
right,
to have a good look. Because I suppose they built this wall so that it quite high, so that the entrance is not visible to the general public, really. Because you might stand here and say, there's nothing there, but there is.
Okay. So let's follow you in then, Phil. Goodness me, right. This is already more difficult.
So that's where we're heading. Through that.
Oh my goodness me. Right.
Once you're in, it's much bigger.
Okay, go for it, Phil. Let me put my torch on. Oh.
There's not much options for feet, you've got to put them where I do.
Yeah, okay, so there's 1 foot.
If you're big lads like me and you, it's a bit of an handful turning around on it.
Okay.
But it's doable.
Right, you're in then, Phil.
This guy's going to show us the way. He's much more flexible than me.
Their famous last words there, Phil. Oh mate, I've got knee pads on, thankfully.
You want to give me a torch, mate? You might need 2 hands.
Oh, well, there's my hard hat, so that's gone.
So that's error number 1. Are you watching, guys? This is how to do it.
How not to do it. How not to get into a lead mine.
Notice his inappropriate footwear.
Inappropriate footwear, but I've got knee pads.
Yeah, that's true.
So some of you may have watched some earlier videos in which Phil was wearing wellies, and I was taking the mick a bit, saying I was going to get him some wellies with frog eyes. You remember those frog eye wellies that they used to have in the 80s? I had some as a kid, and he's not.
I've changed them because you were taking the rip, so I've not got them now. I've got some black ones, look.
There you go. But I don't have a head torch. I've got a normal torch in my hand, but I don't have a head torch, so I've nicked that off my 2-year-old daughter, and it's a frog. It's a frog head torch. So proper professionals. Okay, so on we go. So these here, we're hoping aren't holding things up. But look at the size of it. It opens up already. Now it's not such an easy path, is it? So I'm going to have to kind of look what I'm doing quite a lot.
Here's one of them indicators for movement. Yeah, you need, this is a little bit tricky.
Oh my goodness, yeah it is. We're on the path now. So there are a few sort of rock falls which we have to clamber over. And if you look up, like the vastness of, I don't know if I'm getting that very well, of this lead mine, there's water dripping constantly as well.
Go right, go in there, you can just start climbing up.
Right, so that's another one.
We need to stick to the...
Yeah, stick to the path.
Back for the dam.
Yeah, so it's not that easy underfoot. There are some remains, obviously, of metal and stuff, and
could be a compressor pipe or something that fed here. I don't know.
Look at the size of this. There we go, bits of wood. That's broken, that bit of wood, so that's disconcerting. So there's definitely been some movement then, because these have snapped. Were these here when you were here last time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
So on some of these you can't get through the main pipe. You've got to clamber over.
So is this one of those?
Yeah, you're not going to get through there. You just have to let it go over.
Okay, I'll clamber up there then. So I've clambered up the top way. Phil's gone the bottom way. Look, there's a bit of a rusted up barrel there.
What's up?
It's just a rusted up barrel down there. I'm not sure what that's.
Yeah, there's a wheelbarrow further up.
Oh, right. Okay, so now I'm coming over the top.
So effectively only climbing because we've got to get over the collapse section of the main tramway that used to run along the bottom, you know, where stuff came in and out because of the collapses. We're having to go over them.
So when we eventually get to the former show caverns at the top, they're known as Royal Cumberland Cavern.
Yeah.
And that is nothing to do with the sausage, but to do with the fact that Queen Victoria came in here, which I've got to say,
Not here, in that.
yeah, I don't think she came this way, to be honest. Again, the camera seems to be getting a bit blurry again because of the heat. It is really hot here, and I don't learn, and you don't either, Phil, do you? We're layered up, and we really don't need to be.
Yeah.
So, look at all that water coming down. Look at that. Yeah, it's incredible. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put the camera away for a couple of minutes just so I don't get water all over it. Running water. This is the third cavern then. Yeah. And again, you can see all the mineralisation on the rock as this water's flowing down. I'm going to clamber down here again. I'm going to put the camera away so I've got both hands. I do apologise again for the steamed up screen, but there's not much I can do about that. I keep wiping it. So we're at a bit of a crossroads now. We need to go up, which is going to take us into this show cave.
Yeah, if we went straight on after a bit, you come to a junction of 2 or 3 sort of, you know, exits, and it's got maze in orange written on the book, which is obviously there to tell you that.
It's the entrance to the maze.
You go to the maze,
And
you know what you're doing.
yeah, basically people have gone in there and not come out for a long, long time. So, and got stuck. And obviously we're not professionals, so we ain't going to be doing that. Okay, so down there, that's where you're going to get to the what's known as the maze.
It's not far. And that's the 2 entrances into the maze.
Yeah, you're just going to get lost in there, aren't you?
With that map, yeah. I mean, they all join up together, and one of them goes up into Cumberland, but you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, right, back and up to the cavern then. And there's a crushed wheelbarrow there that's been crushed by falling rocks,
Yeah.
which is somewhat disconcerting.
Well,
we're going to clamber up past that
Yeah.
into Cumberland Cavern now.
So don't be worried about them rocks too much. They look dodgy, but they're not.
They're heavy enough to not move.
Yeah.
If I'm moving one of these rocks, then I need to worry about the diet, don't I? To be fair. Oh. Wow.
So that'll take you through into the next chambers of Cumberland, and then if you look here, look, we can look down at what we've just climbed up. You can't pick it up that well actually, but you might if you put your toe down there as well, Gareth.
Yeah.
You know, we made his way up there. Just quite a good climb, really.
Oh, look at that.
That's the crack.
That is incredible.
It looks worse up here than what it actually was for us to get up, really.
Yeah. You were right though, that every now and then you catch a glisten.
Yeah.
And it does look like some creepy wild cat's eyes.
I swear and knock my head. It's unbelievable. It's warm.
Oh, same. It's so hot. It's so hot in here. So I'm going to try and clamber literally zero-handed. So I've got the camera in one hand.
I've also got that snail on my back.
Yeah, I have. I've got a bag on my back, but I've got the torch in the other hand. Okay, so Cumberland Caverns, I keep talking about them as show caverns, a show cave from 1780, but actually before that it was a lead mine as well. There's so much of, oh wow, listen to that echo. And look at that white. Oh wow, and the graffiti, yeah, there's so much graffiti. So this was made by, you know, these biker gangs and stuff you were talking about, going back to the 1960s and 1970s. Some of it will be more recent, I guess, you know, young folk coming in having a cigarette or whatever, but it's huge. Right, which way am I going? Left or right? Right. Okay, let's go right. So there's quite a bit of ducking going on. Oh, as you can hear, that's Phil in the water. There's quite a bit of. That's me.
You said you weren't going to stop.
Mate, I can't make a video if I don't fall over. It's the rules.
I think you should start looking down as well. Wow, this is the only climber you've got.
Oh, mate, wow.
You go straight over these rocks.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going down there.
It's a 15-foot drop.
So we've got steps now, so not the band. So it's like, you know, it feels like we're entering somewhere that's slightly more organised. I'm going to keep rolling because every different cavern is another reveal. You know, look at all this writing. Wow. All this writing in the ceiling. I don't even know what it's saying.
No, there's some person's name that always appears. I think is it
there's Tom.
Or something.
Tom's knocking about.
I meant to bring some blackboard chalk from Youngland to...
Oh yeah, put a name on.
You know,
Someone's played noughts and crosses.
Noughts and crosses, someone must have been lost in here, know what to do.
Yeah. I've never seen it played like that.
That's the name you see all the time.
Half cross and crosses.
There, look, Gully.
Gully, Troggs, look at that.
That's always, she's everywhere, I say she, it, whatever.
Could be anyone.
It's everywhere, mate. And there's your emblem for troglodytes.
It could be the surname Gulliver, couldn't it? We've got Gulliver's Kingdom next door.
Maybe. It's Piggy's been here as well, but look at that one.
Oh yeah.
It's even here, I've never reached up there. Oh, they've took out rocks, haven't they, in stress.
Amazing though, Alan's there. Prue, or Proc. Or maybe, yeah. And in here as well, look at this. This is insane.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's a devil's pit. I think we've gone past it, but there's a hole somewhere. Well, there's one there.
There's a hole there, is that Devil's Pit?
No, I think that's further back. There's another one, but you'll see it in a bit.
Well, let's hope I see it. If I don't.
Yeah, this is a slightly scrambled job. Unless you want to go over rocks.
Yeah,
That's a nasty...
Yeah, it's quite a nasty fall if I get that wrong. So as you look above my head, like, all this writing, all this graffiti is continuing all the way. So we're deep underground now, and that doesn't look like it fills me full of much confidence.
Well, you say that, actually, we've rose up, remember? So we've rose up to, we're pretty much in that Wapping Pass, steep, isn't it, going up the hillside?
Yeah, so we're
kind of still staying at a similar depth, but it does feel like we are going further and further, you know, into the ground.
Into the land, yeah. So what have we got here? Again, it continues, look, all the writing and stuff, which is crazy. But yeah, there's another bit now we're going to have to clamber.
Yeah, this one looks like you're coming to dead end, but you're not.
Right, here goes.
You know.
Right, Phil's the canary down the mine,
God,
as always.
There's been a collapse straight away, but there isn't, you go over it.
Okay, I heard the word collapse then. I'm not sure how I feel about that, jeez.
Yeah. You will.
Okay. Oh, mate, I don't know if I can get this through to... It comes across on the camera just how tight that is.
That end piece of discarded steel, it's a balcony.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's get up.
Yeah, so you got all this graffiti, got people...
Look at this. That is crazy. Gully again, there's Gully.
Yeah. Gully.
Piggy's back again.
Back again, yeah.
Piggyback.
Proc, was it?
Proc, yeah. So these.
Hey, I have any look. My name's there. Came here with Mick and Don.
Phil. Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah, I don't remember coming there. I'm seeing that, forgetting that.
So there you go, there's the steps up there.
What's left of the balcony is all kind of collapsing. But yeah, can you imagine people come down here at join time? Goodness me.
Oh, I'm still trying to get over the fact that Queen Victoria came down here.
I just can't get it in my head, to be honest.
Well, Pinky is a puff.
Where's Perky? So that's just a dead end.
Okay.
That is. So we need to get climbing. Well, I say it's not really climbing. It's got to go up the steps.
Okay. The Hellfire Club. What year is that? 88 or 89? It's hard to make out.
Nah, that looks like that. Yeah, for me, it's could be 80, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's another reference to some sort of, I don't know, bikers gang, is it?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Well, the Hellfire Club's a bit darker than a biker gang, but yeah. Okay, here we go then. So we're coming up the steps. The
balcony for the horse.
Yeah, that's collapsed, unfortunately. So we can't hold on to that. There's been quite a lot of collapses, but we don't know how old that is. I mean, the steps, I'm guessing, are 1780.
They must be.
Because that's when they built
the
show cavern, but the rest of it, hazard a guess. Gully's back again. Guess about a bit of that geezer.
So I think there's a hole in the ground up here somewhere.
Okay.
Well, it's deceiving because it's only the hole when you look down, you can actually see where we'll be walking in a minute. It's just lower.
Right, okay.
So some guys found a snake skin.
Oh, here we go.
Some guys, whether it's truth or not, I believe it, because I saw the video, saw something on a ledge, a bit like this it was. And he says, "Jeez, what's that?" "Oh no, it's not." And he got it with a stick and he pulled it and he says it is a snake skin because it's got a different pattern on its back to its belly, about 5 foot long. So
5 foot long?
It was massive, mate. I'd just been in here the day before, and I think if I'd have saw that snake skin, I'd have probably thought, I mean, I'm not scared of snakes, but I don't want to see a snake come at me in the dark when I'm not expecting it.
No. I mean, you learn about these things when you're already in here, don't you? So you just watch where you're putting your feet, yeah? As you're just walking along. Okay. Bosh. Right.
Is that still good?
Okay, let's step over that then and carry on.
Staircase time.
Oh! Nearly went and took you with me. Okay, down the stairs. How far do you reckon we are inland, underground now?
Well, I'll show you the entrance that goes up to them green doors that we saw at the beginning of the video. Soon we'll be there, but I'm not going up them because it's a fairly long passage, and that was the problem with this mine. You had to be, you've got to be aware when they used to bring people down that you've got to come down quite a difficult corridor that they made. They always put a warning on the advertisements, so they said if you can go down there, you'll be rewarded by, you know, brilliant sights and sounds and what have you. Well, not sounds, because, you know.
People shouting help, get me out.
Yeah, maybe that. Well, I mean, I think some of these I noticed are sleepers, but these have been chipped, haven't they? Look, these have been chipped out of raw rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're heading for the wishing well.
There's some scraping as well from when this was a lead mine.
Yeah, well, it was semi-mined. It was mainly natural cavern. I think there's a junction somewhere here. Wow. Oh, where does that go? I'm right up now. Here we go. This is creepy.
Oh, good.
All these places in these caves have got the, you know, they've been christened by the cavers who did the exploring, and they've stayed all the way. You know, you've got a wishing well down here. You get Devil's Pit, 5-way junction, dustbin, alley. You know, all these things are related to things that they found in there. They've surveyed them and called them that, and them names have always stuck. So somewhere down here is wishing well. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's quite an interesting feature. I don't know whether they used to throw coins in it. I didn't notice any, but yeah, it's quite an interesting thing. We'll get to it a bit.
So the bit we didn't go down, the maze, there was a video I saw on YouTube of a guy that got stuck in there for hours, couldn't get out of it. And so I had a look at what the maze looks like, or what at least they think the maze looks like in terms of a map. So I'll put that up now so you can see, because it's hand drawn as well. So you can see just why basically we avoided that, because once you get stuck in that and lost in that, you are done, because there's no mobile phone signal down here. No one's going to hear you scream.
Well, if I had that map, I mean, I've used a map occasionally in the cave, and they're okay, but they're not like a road map. You know, you've got to.
Yeah, there's a little bit of guesswork here.
Yeah. So there's a split here, but we can take a shortcut by turning right.
Okay. So there's more steps down there. Look, but we can avoid them. Come down here. I'm looking out for snake skins now. Oh,
that is slippery.
Again, look at the glistening of it, of all the minerals and stuff.
That's a running machine, this is.
Right, well, it's telling me to go the other way.
Okay, more steps.
I don't know what I was expecting from this in terms of like a mass. That's the wishing well then, is it?
It's what?
No, is that the wishing well now?
No, it's no, that's feeble. It's bigger than that.
Alright.
See, we could have come up them
wishing
steps.
big then.
But I'm avoiding the steps, so I took that shortcut.
Okay. But we've got no choice but steps here.
Got steps again. How they've come down originally.
Okay, right. So where we started, outside those green gates, that is what would lead to that.
Yeah, it's a fair way down though.
So we're right up now, up at the top. There's plenty of
They've just diverted the water, look, on this corrugated piece.
Oh, of course they have, yeah, so it goes down there.
I mean, I've seen some people go over there. You obviously won't come to the green doors because we saw earlier it was actually...
Yeah, they filled it in, yeah.
But if you look at that, you can see it's a passageway, look.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
Brilliant, there's no steps.
No.
It's steep, that is.
Okay, right, in that case, back down into the abyss. Okay, so we've come into... Oh, whoa, nearly went then.
What we're coming to, whoa.
Whoa, we're coming to some... Oh, whoa. The wishing well. More graffiti.
People, what do we do there?
So here it is.
Fancy a drink.
There's your wishing well.
I wish that we get out safely.
I second that wish. So there we go. So that's us. We're both blinding people, but that's fine. So we started off at Wapping Mine, a lead mine that dates back from the 1700s. We clambered through there, and we clambered all the way up here, up to the top, up to the wishing well, part of Cumberland Cavern, or Royal Cumberland Cavern, which was obviously a royal approved show cavern for the rich and prosperous. Back from 1780 up until about 1880 it worked as that. It lasted for about 100 years. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Phil, for being my guide, mate. I wouldn't do this without you, mate. I'll be brutally honest.
We'll do a fresh air one next time, yeah?
We'll do an outdoor one next time. Thanks so much for watching, subscribing, commenting. If you know anything more about this that we've not got, please let us know, because I'm always like eager beaver when it comes to learning new stuff. Take care, bye.